you can tell when your car battery's dying. But with your water heater, you'll never know until it starts leaking. Before you buy another tank, consider a Navien tankless water heater. No storage tank to heat or leak. Lower energy bills and endless hot water for spa-like comfort. All backed by Navien's strong warranty. If your water heater is over 8 years old, it's time to check out Navien at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Count on Navien.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. 99.9
KISW, the Rock of Seattle. And we're partnering, man. We're so stoked about this. The Rock Girls and Mary's Place doing a partnership to help out the homeless. That's not a bad deal at all. And if you don't know about Mary's Place, they provide safe, inclusive shelter and services for women, for children, families. Anybody needs help in the Pacific Northwest. And you know how cold it's been outside, man. Yeah. So it's cool at the Rock Girls and Mary's Place getting together here, making it happen for folks getting off the streets, getting warm. You want more info? You want to donate? Go to KISW.com or visit marysplaceseattle.org.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah!
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, but maybe we can whack him instead. It's Whack It Wednesday.
Woo! Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Yeah, buddy. Nice. Maybe Steve will get whacked today. No. Oh, yeah. You got
Whack
whacked
it.
yesterday. Well, you got beat yesterday, so hopefully you'll get whacked today. Lots of whacking.
Beating and whacking.
Yeah.
In the morning. Let's get to our contestant. We got Joe in Puyallup to take on Steve. Joe, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Tickets to the sold-out Ken Jung show that's happening over at the Snoqualmie Casino this Saturday night. Go to KISW.com for all the details. If you want to see Ken Jung, unfortunately, the show is sold out.
Oh.
But you have all the week to try and win him on Beat Migs.
Good for them.
All right, Steve, get out of here. Get out of here.
See you later.
For those playing at home, Joe will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Joe, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Whack it.
What non-alcoholic drink shares a name with the 2016 album released by Beyonce?
Pass.
In Disney's Dumbo, Timothy the Mouse tricks Dumbo into flying with a magic what?
Feather.
Yes. What silent film star was known as the Tramp?
Oh, pass.
What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru?
The Mayans.
No.
Aztecs.
No.
Steve's family.
No. Marie Antoinette was the last woman to hold what royal title in France?
Oh, man. Mistress.
No.
Oh, pass.
A story conveying a moral lesson is called a what?
Say it again.
A story conveying a moral lesson is called a what?
I don't know.
Yeah, you didn't know a whole lot there, unfortunately. Joe, you got one correct.
Oh, congratulations.
On the plus side, it's probably the one that Steve won't get.
That's good news.
Yeah, mostly good news there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
Shall we save Joe's cell phone bill and let him go?
Yeah. If
All
something
right.
magical happens, I'll call you, Joe. Don't worry about it.
Take it easy, Joe.
All right.
All right, there you go. Yeah.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Oh, they sure have.
Mm-hmm.
Steve.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
What non-alcoholic drink shares a name with a 2016 album released by Beyonce?
Lemonade.
Yes. In Disney's Dumbo, Timothy the Mouse tricks Dumbo into flying with a magic what?
Feather.
Yes. What silent film star was known as the Tramp?
Lady.
No.
Huh?
What silent film star was known as the Tramp?
Charlie Chaplin.
Yes. What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru?
What?
What ancient civilization built the Machu?
Cavemen.
No.
Egyptians.
No.
King Tut.
No.
King Tut.
Marie Antoinette was the last woman to hold what royal title in France?
Queen.
Yes. A story conveying a moral lesson is called a what?
A boring story.
No.
Don't know. A life anecdote.
No.
Good stuff.
No. How many times did Michael Jackson get married?
Twice.
Yes. The largest desert in the world is located on what continent?
Africa.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You win. 6-1.
Yeah, it was 6-1.
Yeah, it was a tough one today.
You whacked him on.
Whack it. Whack it.
Where is
Whack
he?
it.
Oh, he's gone.
Did you just give up?
Well, we didn't really necessarily keep him on the line.
We thought we'd save his cell phone bill.
If magic happened and you got less than one or just one, we would call him back.
Magic did not happen.
That's funny because someone says, dude, don't count Joe out. I won with one correct once.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, but that's this is
Not one of my prouder moments.
No. A story conveying a moral lesson is called a what?
I think it's a fable.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
You think right.
I was right, too. Boring story. Fables
not
boring.
Fables are awesome, man.
You learn
What's
things.
your favorite fable?
Oh, dude, Snow White.
That's a fairy tale.
Oh, you're right.
I was going to say, what lesson do you get from
a
there?
fable would be like the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a fairy tale and a fable.
What lesson are you getting from Snow White?
Well,
Kiss
don't
dead
eat the
chicks?
apple.
Not to hang out with those dwarves.
Yeah, don't hang out with 7 dwarves. It gets kind of weird.
They get a little randy.
Kiss dead chicks in the forest and you'll get a wife.
That's a good moral story.
Right?
I think that's a good story.
I love how you're like, oh, it's Snow White.
Yeah, I thought that was a fable this whole time. I'm an idiot.
The ancient civilization that built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru.
Boy, if I don't know this, because I went and visited Machu Picchu, I'm going to say the Incas.
Yeah, it's not the Mayans. It's not the Aztecs. It's the Incas.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I first thought it was the Mayans, and then when you said no, I was like, wait, whoa, I should know this.
Joe said the first 2, and then I heard you go,
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's right. It's those guys.
Congratulations, Steve. You won with 7 correct.
Caller number 7, that means you are a winner. Caller number 7, checking out the sold-out Ken Jeong show at Snoqualmie Casino this Saturday. 206-421-ROCK, caller number 7. Boy, this was a nightmare for a lot of people. And 200 people, I don't know if you heard about this, got stuck for 36 hours on an Amtrak train that left from here to Los Angeles this week. All because trees fell down during a snowstorm. And so they got stuck in Oregon. And there was no power. They couldn't get out to them, so they were there for 36 hours.
I mean, thank goodness they were on the type of Amtrak that has food options and things like along those lines to kind of keep them going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So some people boarded the train in Seattle, so they were on it for over 50 hours. That's more than 2 days, man. Is that right? Am I doing my math on that?
50 hours? Yeah, if there's 24
more than
hours
2
in a
days.
day.
Yeah. One passenger talked to the thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey. One passenger talked to the news while the train was still stuck and said people were in better spirits than you'd expect.
I've been on the train for 38 hours or 40 hours. It's close to 40. But we have passengers here that got on in Seattle, so they've been here for 50 hours. And we have crew members here that have been going for about 30. A lot of like card games, talking, sharing stories. Some guy pulled out his ukulele and put some kids to sleep in like a giant kumbaya party.
And some other guy grabbed that ukulele and smashed it against the wall.
Gave real Belushi treatment to it.
That's right.
Yeah,
oh, man, that would have been brutal. Someone whips out a guitar and they suck.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, I need entertainment, but...
We would have been fine because they had
board
heat,
games.
food, and if I'm on a train for hours, I'm probably bringing some board games somewhere.
Crap, I probably would have ended up having to play board games.
Yeah, you would have.
What else am I going to do?
Yeah, you got nothing else to do. We finally get you.
You could sleep.
But for 50 hours,
I mean, I feel like you're pretty good at sleeping, like just when we're traveling in general. So I feel like you'd sleep most of it. Because
I at least have my eyes closed for most of it, just like daydream in my own head.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I would imagine at some point, do you have power? You can't keep your cell phone charged.
Yeah.
So, you got to be picky on what you want to Snapchat.
That's a good point. Another passenger, of course, talked to the news after being stuck on that train. Again, some people for 50 hours. And he talked about how passengers were bonding on the train.
Well, the food on the train was enough. It was fine. They were running a little low in the morning. They were free and open with it. And the crew spent a lot of time trying to make sure people were happy and the needs were met. And people rose to the occasion to entertain each other. The walls of communication started coming down between people. People who would normally talk to each other suddenly became friends. I think we ought to go up there next year and get together again.
There is something to be said about that. When humans are in situations, we can be cool to each other where normally we wouldn't even say a word.
Yeah, I guess you could kind of have conversations with strangers on this thing. I mean, that I guess could be something you could do.
Yeah, you could probably talk to people.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But you could learn a lot about people in those 50 hours. Just have some fun conversations and chats, and reluctantly play board games with PJ.
Oh yeah. That'd be fun.
Sounds like a Hallmark movie waiting to happen. Like, two people meet on a stuck train, and then years later they're married and have 9 kids.
Crashed into love. Oh, Thursdays on the Hallmark Channel.
I wouldn't be surprised, Danny. I bet there's some romance that comes out of this from somebody. I mean, that's again, you get to talk to people. You don't have to. You're stuck with them, and you start bonding. Sure, it's a great it's a great speed dating, if you will.
It's cold. You got to warm up. You think people were banging? People that. I mean, obviously, I think if you're in a relationship, you probably figured out a way to pull that off because you're like, why not? But do you think random people hooked up on this train?
I mean, you got to stay warm, and it's something to do.
Yeah.
If Vicky was on that train, the answer would be yes.
See, I'd be that guy bugging the people for more food. Like, you said, it's free. Give me something else.
We have to ration this, sir.
I'm hungry.
We've got a lot of people, sir. We don't know when they're going to come get us. So just in
starving.
Case. It's probably because a guy like you, they go, yeah, we were running a little low in the morning because that Steve Miggs was on the train.
He had 6 bagels.
Yeah, I think that's...
You think they had booze there, too, probably?
Yeah, they probably did. I don't know. I wonder how they kept that going or didn't keep it going, because the last thing you want is a bunch of drunk, crazy people who don't know if they're getting off a train.
You probably want to shut down the alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, look, guys, we're not serving you alcohol.
Yeah.
We don't need to deal with that.
Here's a sticky bun, but no, you're not going to get any rum to go with that, sir.
Normally it's supposed to take 1 day and 11 hours for that train ride from Seattle to Los Angeles. So I'm sure they had like little sleeping compartments. So
that's cool.
Banging was happening.
And if it takes that long, they definitely had enough food to provide for 50 hours.
Yeah. And let me tell you, that's considered, I've wanted to do that because that was probably a beautiful train ride through the snow. I mean, that's something I've always wanted to do, is just take a train cross country and down to, boy, depending on where you go in California, those tracks go by the ocean. So it's like, I'm like, but now I see this and go, oh, I don't know. I don't want to be stranded. Damn, dude.
Well, I mean, somebody says, I wonder how many babies are going to be made on that train.
Yeah, good call if you were traveling as a couple, or like you said, Steve, random action.
So if they had power outlets, I'd be watching Netflix the whole time. But I think that, they said they had no power.
They were able to keep people warm somehow, or did they just have their jackets? Sex and jackets.
Hey, guys, just bone.
There you go. Little sex and jackets. Very good.
Another person says, what about those poor NBA players yesterday in Oregon? They got stuck in the elevator for 30 minutes. We should cry for them, too.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even hear about this. There were some NBA players stuck in an Oregon elevator?
Yep.
What the hell's going on, Oregon? What are you doing?
Right? Things are falling apart in Oregon.
Yeah, trains are getting stopped. Elevators are getting... Come on. See, that's the NBA players. Those are big, big guys.
Yeah, it was the guys on the Trailblazers... They got stuck in an elevator for 30 minutes. Although I think they were in Boston when this happened.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Celtics would do to try to actually beat them.
Yeah, they were in a practice facility at Emerson College.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, the Celtics have to do something. They're in the middle of a bit of a skid here, and the Blazers are going to be playing them. I think it is today they're playing the Blazers. And they got to do something. So they're like, hey, trap them in an elevator. Belichick says it's a great idea. How is it possible that a guy got $30 for rare coins that were worth $33,000? I'll tell you how it's possible. This guy is a moron. I'll tell you all about him at 7:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There's a 40-year-old guy. His name is Shane. He comes from the great state of Florida. And he was just arrested And in my opinion, he should be booked as being a moron.
Okay.
That's really what they should charge him with. Because back in December, he broke into his boss's office, stole the guy's rare coin collection. That coin collection worth about $33,000. Shane then...
Why is the boss keeping his rare coin collection at work?
That's a really good question.
Not that he's at fault for having it stolen, but it's a weird place to keep it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why, unless he just likes to look at it at work and he feels like it's a cool thing to see, but still, yeah, you got something worth that much money, I think you got to keep that at home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you never know when a Shane's going to come by and go, I'm going to heist this bad boy. So you figure, okay, he steals $32,000 worth of this coin collection. You figure Shane had to know that, okay, this is awesome. I mean, I'm going to make a ton of money. But instead, he took those coins to a Coinstar machine and cashed them in at face value.
That's awesome.
He got enough store credit to buy 2 12-packs of beer.
Nice.
Yeah, he turned in $33,000 worth of coins and converted that to $30, everybody, because he's a genius. He was just arrested for grand theft, but unfortunately the cops have not been able to recover the missing coins.
Yeah, because they just kind of go out there. You know, they're in the Coinstar machine. I'm sure they don't bother to look to see what kind of coins they are.
Which means if you are living anywhere in Florida, check your coins, check your change.
Yeah, I would have no idea what's worth what.
Wow.
You know?
I hope the guy had insurance. I really do.
Apparently still other items that were valued at $350,000. So this is why he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, okay.
In addition to the rare coins,
that
other stuff
sense
as well.
That's, yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, why would he?
What a dumbass.
What a dumbass. Wow. Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
Just a moment of pure stupidity, stealing $33,000 in rare coins, and this guy then cashes them in for face value at a Coinstar. But you know what? Stupidity, it is not something just exclusive to this guy. Heck, we're humans, aren't we? So that's why I want to ask you, when have you had a moment of pure stupidity? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. When have you had a moment of pure stupidity? Your calls, your texts after Foo Fighters on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A man steals $33,000 in rare coins and cashes them in for face value. That's about just $30. Did this at a Coinstar machine. $33,000 in rare coins, just flushed down the old Coinstar for $30. Based on this, when have you had a moment of pure stupidity? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
This text is great. I unloaded my boat at the ramp push out like I'd done a million times, but I forgot to grab the rope. I was the only one there at 5 a.m., and I just watched my boat slowly float out.
Oh, bye-bye, boat. Man.
Peace out, boat. It was a good run.
Dude, I can't blame the guy on this because it was a cold night. I was gaming at Zulu's up in Bothell. And
I don't know. Boat outside Zulu's?
So my boat was out there. Well, I've done this. I mean, I put the car in reverse and I get distracted and I look out the windows and I go, oh gosh, I got to scrape the car. I got to scrape this off. So I open the door and get out of the car, take my foot off the brake, and it starts rolling down. And luckily I was able to hop back in, but I almost wrecked myself and almost wrecked this. I mean,
oh my goodness!
I was gonna back into another structure.
You're gonna be like one of those stories we see on the news, and we're like, "Ha ha! Who does that?
Yeah,
stupid old person! Look what they did!" It's about our coworker.
That is not the first time I've done that.
Where you had the car?
Yeah.
I've never done that. Watch, I do it today.
Yeah. I was behind it one time, and I tried to stop it, and then I was like, am I an idiot?
Yeah, you're not Walter Jones.
Yeah. And so then I was like, okay. Well, and then I was like, well, maybe I can hop in it because I was behind it, and it was about to roll over me, and I was able to hop in and stop it.
Wow, that's some Mission Impossible stuff right there, dude.
I know. I definitely Tom Cruised it.
How are you so agile with that, but you roll your ankle just walking to a Seahawks game?
Dude, you know, mother is the necessity of invention. Like the adrenaline pumped in, and I was like, this car is going to go crashing into something. I can't have that happen.
Like all of a sudden you're Bobby Parkour.
Yeah.
Bobby Parkour.
That would be Peter Parkour to you, sir.
Peter Parkour.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
See, I did jinx myself once. I would always tell I never lock my keys in the car. I'm never that person. That's so stupid when people do that. How do you forget? And then I remember one time we were in Everett, and I got out of my car, And I was like, you know what? It's a little warmer than I thought. I don't need my hoodie. So I took my hoodie off, threw it in the car, locked it, slammed it shut, forgetting that my car keys were in the pocket of my hoodie.
Oh, no.
Okay, now I'm that idiot.
Yeah. Oh,
wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't the person that made fun of other people.
Yeah. Well, that's you, though, buddy.
Yep.
Karma's a bee. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. When have you had a moment of pure stupidity?
So he says, I was stupid when I bought pizza with 20 Bitcoins back when they were not worth very much.
Oh, no.
Now they're worth about $70,000.
Nice.
See, I don't understand the whole cryptocurrency thing, so I couldn't give you a hard time about that. None of that makes sense to me.
It really doesn't.
Don't explain it to me.
It goes up and
I don't
down.
wanna know.
That's the problem. It's worth $70,000 now, but how many times have you had stuff that's worth nothing? My wife has this, and she bought some Korean currency that's supposed to be worth millions, and it's not worth anything. Not worth a damn thing. So
not yet, BJ.
Not yet. I know. Watch in 20 years. I'm going to be the idiot.
You were talking about your wife. I totally did the dumbest thing ever recently when it came down to the snow. So we had the dumping happen, and we were stuck at the house. And I was going out to get firewood. My wife was going out for some reason to check out the snow, and I thought it would be funny to gently lob a snowball in her direction. Well, she started walking, and it was just like, as soon as I threw it, you just realize you're like, this was a mistake. I managed to peg her right in the face. And it was just this long overarching, and I was going up to her. I was apologizing almost before it hit her. And
oh shoot.
And then just tag. Like, it literally got her under her glasses on her face.
Oh, damn, dude.
Yeah. And I still feel like just the biggest D ever.
So how was the couch that night?
Well, it was fantastic.
Super comfortable.
Nice and comfortable. I loved it so much. I love you, Michelle. Sorry.
Yeah, nice going.
Yeah.
She married a genius, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Our friend Cricket just texted in. She said, 30 years ago, I parked my car in a different spot. After work, I came out and I thought my car was stolen. I called the police and they came and asked if I parked it elsewhere. I was so embarrassed. I've done that before. We've all, I think, at some point.
Done that.
I remember walking up to a place where I thought I parked. I'm like, someone stole my car, and it's like that moment of just pure, like, your heart dropped, and you're like, oh wait, this is row K and I'm in row G.
Yeah,
dumbass.
A big place like a sports stadium. We went round and round looking for my buddy's car one time I think it was after a Texas Rangers game in Arlington, and oh my God, it was like I didn't know where we parked. I have no sense of direction. We thought for sure somebody stole his car, but we were just on the wrong side of the stadium.
Last time I took a flight, I was in the wrong row. So kind of the same thing. And I was adamant, like, no, I am in 1A.
No.
Like, I was so mad. And they're like, no, dude, this is my ticket. And I was like arguing with the stewardess, and they're like, look at yours. And I was like, oh.
That's flight attendant, Danny.
Yeah,
You gotta show the times.
Come on, Danny, don't embarrass me. You fly the same airline I do. You know what? You're MVP now. You got to behave like an MVP, Danny.
I'll get better.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. I've done that, though, at concerts where I've gotten to my spot or a sporting event, and I'll look and I'm like, you're sitting in my seats. You know how you get that moment of this is my territory. And they're like, no, these are our seats. I'm like, no, look right here. And they're like, you're row or section 121. This is section 120. Whoops. Like, have a good time at the game, man.
Yeah. I know, it does get that sort of territorial adversarial when you're at a stadium and you think, what the F?
Because you just instantly get on guard. You're like, no, these sons of bitches are stealing my seats.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing. Because there are a lot of people that are sitting in seats they're not supposed to be.
All the time.
Yeah, which is
I'm
hard to
guilty
do.
of it.
It's hard to do at Safeco because they have the Border Patrol there. They don't let you down unless they see seats.
That is true.
It's amazing. Other places I've been, you can go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, you just show them the ticket like, it's over there.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care. But the Safeco people, they put that sign up like the shield of death. You will not enter until the batter tells you. It's like, okay.
So he said, Steve, at least you're not the idiot that called a locksmith to get him into his Jeep because he locked his keys inside and it was a soft top.
Oh boy.
Whoopsies.
Whoops. Let's go to Bo and Puyallup. Bo, you are on the Rock.
Hola.
Hola, bolala. Don't forget the Men's Room Afternoons right here on the Rock. What you got for us, Bo?
So one time, me and my buddy, we had to stop and get some gas, and we just started pumping gas, and there was a porta potty in the parking lot.
Aye.
And my buddy had to go to the bathroom, and I thought it'd be funny to hop in the driver's seat and try and block him in the porta potty. and I drove off with the gas pump still in the car.
Oh, you're that guy. You're why they put the signs up. Oh, man. Oh, dude, how much damage did you do? Because they say that they could charge you thousands for that.
Well, it had one of those little brackets where it just like pops off on its own, and we just left it there and drove off.
Oh, good for you, dude. Damn, that's wow, dude. That's and of course, again, there's my buddy trying to block me in a porta potty. That's lovely.
I like this text. I forgot I got on a ride to work once, and I thought my car was stolen.
Oh, nice.
That happened once to my wife. I still give her a hard time about this. So, sometimes Ted stays over before we go to that hockey tournament in Spokane. So one time we were waiting for the party bus to show up, and we were just hanging out in the garage, and Ted's holding Lulu. So I took a picture. I'm like, I'll send this to my wife. That'll be funny. See you holding Lulu. Send her the picture. And my wife's response was, "Where's my car?" And I was like, "It's with you at work where you're texting me." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." I feel like she just had this like moment of blondness. Oh. She thought her car was like moved or we did something to her car. I'm like, "How did you get to work with your car?" It's crazy. No. I know your daughter's in the room.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Hey. This was a few years ago. I went on a date with a guy. We went to one of those sushi places, the sushi conveyor belts.
Nice. Oh, nice.
And he got some edamame for us. I didn't know that you're not supposed to eat the whole thing.
Oh, no. I've been with people that have done this, so don't feel bad.
Okay, good. Okay.
But those people are also stupid.
I don't know if you guys ever tried it or done it or accidentally done it. It is so hard and so tough to chew those. And I made it through two, successfully.
Why?
And I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I was like, why do people do this? Why do they
So why didn't you stop after the first one? Did you think it was going to get better?
I liked this guy. So I was like, oh, we're sharing. This is so cute. I'm going to impress him by eating this. By the third one, no, it did not go down the right way. I started choking, and he was like, what's wrong? And then he looks at my plate and sees that I don't have the skin of the others that I was eating. And he was like, are you eating the whole thing? And I was like, yeah. He's like, no, and just started laughing. And so, it was fine.
You
but
know, they're like snap peas or something.
I thought they were snap peas. Yeah, that they were just really cooked a little.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know you were supposed to drag them out.
Sorry, we didn't raise your weight.
Sarah, did you get another date with that guy?
No.
Yeah.
But
by the way,
but he laughed at me. So
when you eat tamales, you're not supposed to eat the wrapper around it. Just a heads up.
Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, you need to tell her.
I probably would eat the wrapper, honestly.
How are you with gum? Do you take the wrapper off of that?
I've learned.
Some people like to eat it with the paper.
Don't bring the gum up with you. You know what she does with gum.
Oh, I didn't bring up any gas stations.
Yeah, okay.
It's my favorite thing.
That's lovely. I raised a bright one, didn't I?
Well, let's check with your other one.
Oh, your other one. There's the other one right there.
This isn't as good. I was baking at the Zappelli household, and I accidentally set off every smoke alarm in the house.
Oh, yeah.
See, one smoke alarm is bad, but apparently because of the high roof, there's 6 of them up there. And it wasn't the first time. This was the second time I was baking some pecan bars and just burned everything down.
I tell these guys, when you have a gas oven, you're supposed to really turn the fan on, and you're supposed to open a window. I don't know what it is about gas ovens, but that's just what they do. And you know what? Joey D's like, I'm not going to listen. Why would I listen?
Serves them right for not bringing us that mac and cheese that apparently cooks so well.
Yeah, and we have obnoxious fire alarms, and sometimes they won't shut off. They're so frustrating.
No, they don't. And then Joey D's doesn't live there, so he ends up leaving and leaving me with the fire alarms still going off.
That's a nice thing.
I don't know what to do.
You hit the button.
Dude, our ceilings are hella high.
Do you have a stick?
No, dude, she's right.
We would need
you don't
5
have a stick
sticks.
that you can hit it with?
Dude, they're hella high, the ceilings.
Oh, are they hella high?
They're hella high.
I didn't know you were
There's
talking
no
that way
friggin'
now.
stick that you can hit.
Can you hit one of the other ones to turn that one off?
No, that's the problem. They one tells...
Because I use a Swiffer stick, and that's how I turn... Because my ceiling's not hella, it's hella high.
I've been to your house.
It's not hella high.
Yeah, I've been to your house. You can't reach this one that they put. They put it all the way up, basically, to the toppest part of the... And we just have ridiculously high ceilings in one part of the house, and that's where you put the stupid fire alarm.
# humble brag. I have high ceilings, it's such a problem.
No, hella high.
They're hella high.
Get it right.
Vicky,
It's just
get it right.
It's one little point of the house where the's it's just ridiculous. You can't get to
smoke alarms are interconnected. I thought so. I thought you could hit the button on any smoke alarm and it'll turn them off.
If one is irritated, it will then just start firing off all of them, the ones that I have.
No, I understand that, but can't you hit the button on any of them and it'll disable all of them?
But if the battery's dead,
Oh.
That's the problem. He's right.
Well, why aren't you replacing your batteries? Oh, because the ceiling.
It's hella high.
Yeah. Doesn't it have that annoying beep that goes off when the battery's dead?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. But
Every minute.
But I mean, when he creates a smoke disaster, you can just hit one of the other ones, the lower ones, and that should stop the top one.
Yeah, but what happened was it irritated the one and then sucked out the battery power. So basically, it just said, we need a new battery now that Joe set us off. And
it's Joe's fault.
And we can't get to it's so high, Steve.
It's hella high.
I can't get to it.
I'm aware.
And it's right near a staircase, so I'm not going to try to do a ladder thing because I know that I would fall off the ladder, fall down the staircase.
You're nimble. You're Peter Parkour. We learned that earlier.
I'm not taking a chance. Yeah. So that's. I know it's irritating as all hell. I hate them. I wish it's like, fire law says you got to put it to the highest point in the house. It's like I can't reach that place. There's no way anybody can. Even with Steve Swiffer stick, we can't get there.
You got to get like a long rod that you can just pull out.
Yeah.
How am I going to change a battery with a long rod?
Well, that's something else you got to figure out. I'm just talking about when the alarm goes off and you got to hit the button.
Oh, no, I don't got to worry about that. They're interconnected. I can shut the alarm off. It's the friggin' battery. Are people not listening? It's when the battery dies that it's a problem.
It's hella high.
It's hella high.
So get someone like a window washer guy to come in and propel up there.
Hey, can you wash my windows and change my batteries?
I got a guy, but you got to wait for him to come over. Like if it's a Sunday night, he ain't coming over on a Sunday night. You got to sleep through that shiz.
Whoa. Well, why don't you they have a certain time, like every 6 months, just know that he has to come and replace the batteries.
I understand that, and he told me, he says, oh no, they're good for 2 years. He won't come every 6 months.
Oh, well, that's a personal problem. You should find someone else.
I really did. I'm trying to fix this, Steve. You know me. I've been around and around with this, and so how I'm fixing the problem. Joey D's is not allowed to come over anymore.
Okay, that's a good solving. Yeah. I think he's okay with that as well.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Burn your own place down to make us cookies.
I know this person says they parked at a corner restaurant for a $4 sandwich. I forgot I parked there and I walked home. I worked from home all week, only realized my car was gone when it was a street cleaning day. All of a sudden, they report. I had a call and report that I thought it was stolen. They told me it was towed a week ago. It was a $454 sandwich.
Oh, damn. Wow. I don't feel so bad about forgetting stuff because imagine forgetting that you drove somewhere and then you just walk home and then forget your car's not there at all.
Because you didn't need it for a week.
Wow. Okay, I feel good about me.
Wow, from $4 to $454, that's a hell of a lot more money.
Hella.
Yeah.
Hella.
That's hella. Okay, so when you think of video games, you think of young people, but right now hella young. There's a new video game playing superstar in the Twitch community that happens to be a 66-year-old Navy vet. His story, pretty incredible. You're going to hear from him at 7:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, and one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.